February 14th, 2024, a Marvel film was coming out. No, not an MCU film. A Sony film. A Spider-Man film. No, not one with Spider-Man, but related, I guess. This is a film that has been in the works since, well, 2019, September 2019, thereabouts, and has been so much talked about, but never actually seen until recently that people thought it probably wasn't going to happen. But it is, and it's called Madam Web. And today we're going to discuss who is Madam Web right now. So, to discuss first about who is Madam Web, let's discuss where Madam Web came from. Madam Web first appeared November 1980 in Amazing Spider-Man number 210. Created by Denny O'Neil and artist John Romita Jr. Very famous artist. Okay, and she's been depicted always as a supporting character in Spider-Man comics, where for the most part, actually almost every single part except one story that I know of, she has appeared as an elderly woman with life support, essentially. And the life support system looks like a spider web. Okay? Elderly woman, spider web life support system. She is clairvoyant and is a precognitive mutant. Okay? Of course, with Marvel not having the X-Men and so on, mutants kind of off the table. And since it's made by Sony, they can't really say mutant, but mutant. Okay? She's not a mutant who had powers messed up, if you know the Decimation and so on, but she has been hunted by like Craven people. Um, she has been killed off. I believe it was in the storyline Grim Hunt, and she was able to pass her powers on to another person named Julia Carpenter, who she also passed on her blindness to. Yes. Oh, look, you now have precog powers and you are blind. And she became the next Madam Web. Okay? She did show up in the Ben Reilly storyline. She also dies again. And I believe there's a Spider Woman who is her granddaughter. One of the Spider Women, there's quite a few of them. I believe it's Charlotte Witter, but it's one of them who she's the grandmother of, okay? And I don't know why they're making a movie of her. Okay? She originally came from Salem, Oregon. Yes, Salem, Oregon. Why? Okay. But the original character is Cassandra Webb. She's paralyzed, she's blind, she's telepathic, she's clairvoyant, and is a precog like you see in um, Minority Report. Okay? She's a professional medium. Like the show, Medium. She's not in a lot of stuff. Okay? And she is never really that defined in Spider-Man lore as a very important character. She'll pop up from time to time, but she's never, ever been a very important character. Morbius, think that level of Spider-Man villain, okay? She's not a villain, of course. She is a Spider-Man team, but definitely not A-list. Now, the movie that's coming out has Dakota Johnson playing Madam Web. It also has Sydney Sweeney, who you know from Euphoria, Celeste O'Connor, Isabella Merced, who I believe is Dora the Explorer in the live-action one, and Tahar Rahim. Okay? This movie is full of weird, nonsensical characters. So, Dakota Johnson's playing Cassandra Cassie Webb, who's supposed to be blind, mind you, and old, and on life support. No, they would never put Dakota Johnson, who, of course, from 50 Shades of Grey, like that. But she apparently can see within the spider world, which is a thing. Sydney Sweeney is playing Julia Carpenter, Spider-Woman, who, remember, Julia Carpenter is the one she gives her powers to before dying. I wonder if that's going to happen in it, but okay. Then you have Celeste O'Connor playing Maddie Franklin, who is playing Spider-Girl, who I think she's considered the second or third Spider-Woman. She has kind of like the Iron Spider type suit as well. Then Isabella Merced is playing Aranya, who I know she was created by Joe Quesada. I know she is not in that many comics. I think she was created 2010, 2011, somewhere in there, um, to be kind of like one of the young superhero type characters. I don't know why she's in this movie, but okay, that's fine. And then there's Tahar Rahim playing the villain, who is Ezekiel Sims, who in this story, in the trailer, if you've seen it, he has a Spider-Man suit, kind of. Like, see, it's a Spider-Man suit. I don't quite know why they have him doing that. He's supposed to be a rich businessman, and he gained Spider-Man powers. Who he's kind of like Mr. Gold. He wanted to be a hero. He used them to create a corporation, which Spider-Man did as well. Spider-Man created Spider Corp, and basically he becomes obsessed with Spider-Man. He tracks down Spider-Man, hires investigators to figure out who he is, and talks to him about animal totems. And he says Spider-Man got his powers from a special spider that was trying to give him his powers before radiation killed it. Wasn't it was a weird rewrite of this thing, and he is in Grim Hunt, which is a comic book line. Of course, that's the one where we said that Madam Web died in. Honestly, this could be some of the stuff he's doing. It features Aranya. It features Ezekiel. It features Madam Web. I think they're pulling some off of it. This one. This story is a mess, but put it this way: Madam Web, old, disabled, on life support, blind, clairvoyant. Ezekiel Sims has spider powers. He created a business with it, and he's obsessed with spider totems. He's supposed to be a really good businessman. He is good at hand-to-hand combat, which you see in there. And Ultra Sensory stuff. Basically, he has the same power Spider-Man has, but he doesn't use them as much. Lots of totem stuff. He goes by Zeke. He's part of the Spider Society, which, yes, is a thing. He was created by John Romita Jr., just like Madam Web, the artist. And J. Michael Straczynski. Yes, that J. Michael Straczynski, if you know Babylon 5. And now they're making a Madam Web movie. I don't know what to think about this one, but if you also want to see the same Ezekiel Sims, he's a spider therapist who appears in Across the Spider-Verse. He's voiced by Mike Rianda. He's also a grief counselor and so on. Yes, that is the same character that you're seeing in that Madam Web trailer. I don't know what's going on. My wife's more interested in the movie than I am. I think it's going to be a Morbius level bomb, but maybe there'll be nothing else coming out next year and people might actually watch it. I am okay with seeing Spider-Woman. I'm okay with seeing Spider-Girl and Aranya. Madam Web's the one that's confusing me, and I don't know the appeal of this movie without Spider-Man. Any Spider-Man. You could have any of the 3 Spider-Men in this movie, and that'd be okay. But as far as I know, you don't have any of them, so... But hey, there's other actors in this one. Mike Epps is in here, Emma Roberts is in it, Adam Scott's in it. We don't know what they're playing, but they're in here. So, let's see, Sony. Let's see what you got. You do have a director that I do not know, as far as I know, S.J. Clarkson. She has worked on EastEnders, some Dexter, some Heroes, some House. She was supposed to do the pilot for House of the Dragon. Let's see what she can do. I know she did some Jessica Jones, but I don't know. She also wrote it, so who knows? Maybe we'll be surprised and this will be a good movie. Maybe Spider-Man will show up and we'll be like, oh my goodness, they actually did it. But I'm expecting worse than Morbius. What do you guys think? Sound off.